Hello, and welcome back to another episode of What is Newin, and that's exactly what we will discuss today. A lot of the newer trailers and things that are being dropped and discussed. On Thursday, I will dive deeper into all the drops that we had last Friday. Really exciting with the new Top Gun Maverick and Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and Stranger Things, the first volume of the final season. I have a lot to say about all of that good stuff. And but today we're going to jump a little bit into the first new movie that I'm really looking forward to, is the dream team of Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling in a movie called Gray Man. It's about CIA operatives. One is a psychopath. Let you guess who is that. No, it's Chris Evans is going to be chasing down Ryan Gosling, and it creates just this manhunt, global manhunt of thrill and action. And the trailer so far looks great. Chris Evans coming through with the humor that he is known for. He did a little bit in his Captain America movies, kind of dry, subtle, but hits the mark. And then Ryan Gosling is just a well-rounded actor, and he can do it all: comedy, tap dancing, action, all of it. Very serious as well as very lighthearted. So I'm looking forward to this. It's also done by the Russo brothers, which, I mean, if you don't know their history, I'm just going to leave that up to you. They've done so much that that you've already known. Speaking of MCU, they did some of the MCU installments, which I'm sure y'all liked. I think they did like the Endgame, but they did some of the Avengers. But yeah, so far so good on just the visual effects and high action thrills. So that will be released on July 15th. So give a look at that and try to get out to the theaters to see a lot of these movies that I'm talking about. The next one I'm going to talk about is 3,000 Years of Longing. Now this looks a little out there, but I do have to say it's done by George Miller, who did the Mad Max franchise. He's basically behind all of it. And he took a massive break and didn't do a lot of stuff in between a lot of those movies, but you've seen some of his work and you recognize his filmography and cinematography the minute that you start watching. So having Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba in this crazy movie that he's putting out there, I mean, that's some stuff that I'll jump into and give it a watch, and as my job I'll give a review after that. But it definitely looks, it's sci-fi, fantasy, romance, drama, a ton of things. And as we've seen Tilda Swinton do before in many other roles, she also has a wide array of drama and comedy and things that she can do. So I think she's going to play really well in this role. And this is about her discovering a genie and, of course, what follows, wishes. And we've all kind of seen the downside to that of trying to get more wishes or become rich or this or that. There's always some sort of dark that follows each wish. So I'm kind of curious to see this iteration of the three wishes and genie in a bottle type scenario with really great actors. That being said, the next one I'd like to talk about is Pinocchio. And there are 2 or 3 different Pinocchios or versions of Pinocchio coming out. And there's one that's going to be for Netflix, and that is all stop clay animation, which I think will play really well, considering that, you know, Pinocchio was a wooden boy created by Geppetto. And speaking of Geppetto, in this film, Tom Hanks is going to be taking on the role, which, I mean, the guy can't really do any wrong. So I'm excited. And his sidekick, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, will be playing Jiminy Cricket. And then we have newcomer, excuse me, Benjamin Evan Answorth. And I haven't seen him in a lot of things. I did kind of look into his history, and then I recognized that he was in the Bly Manor, the installment of the horror little franchise that Netflix has been doing, and we'll see if that carries on. So he's got some experience under his belt with some dramatic roles, and this one is very Disneyfied on Disney, so very Disneyfied, getting from the source material. The Pinocchio going on the adventure, getting kidnapped and taken to the island, everything that you've read in the book and seen in the cartoons. So get ready for another rendition of this great tale. There are so many great actors in this film, not just those three that I mentioned, but it's also done by Robert Zemeckis. Now, if you don't know Robert Zemeckis, I'm just going to lay down just some of his famous ones. I mean, he did Back to the Future, Forrest Gump. He did the writing for Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, but he's been involved in some of the greatest 90s, 80s, 90s till today's, and he's been producer and director for a lot of these big movies and heartfelt kid movies that I grew up on. He did, just so many things that I can look back, and I'm not just Forrest Gump and things like that, but Romance in the Stone. I mean, if you don't know Romance in the Stone, that's a good movie. I'm going to do a show, a What You Watching show of some of my favorites from the 80s and 90s, and that is definitely on that list. But Robert Zemeckis has helped with a lot of big movies besides the Back to the Future franchise that we've all grown to love. So give him a look up. But this Pinocchio movie, I think, is going to hit really well. Anyway, enough on that. The last one that I wanted to talk about was on the horror film side. Now, this movie looks creepy AF. It's called Men, and it is directed by Alex Garland. It's starring Jesse Buckley and Rory Kinnear. Now, this guy Rory Kinnear is pretty much like English royalty in the movie and show world. He's done some Black Mirror episodes. He's been in quite a few. He played some parts in James Bond. He's probably done some roles in Mission Impossible, but the guy has been all over the place. He's definitely a go-to for them, and he's got a wide range. And this one, he looks like he's got a little prosthetic on and some fake teeth and a crazy wig and just making him look like a right psychopath. And it's just got this dark, eerie feel to it. And those type of horror films are the ones that I get really scared of, because they kind of give you that bridge between reality and no, that couldn't really happen, but you're still going to check your doors before you go to bed at night and look under your bed, because it just kind of gives you that real world feel. So yes, that is the new ones for me, just 4 of them. I don't want to overload, and like I said, I will be jumping deeper into some reviews on Thursday, so don't forget to smash a like on this video. Tomorrow we will watch the next episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi show with my boy Bookie Bills, and we will do a breakdown on the other section called the Scruffy Nerf Herders show. So keep an eye out for that on my channel, and then I will see you tomorrow as well as on Thursday. So like I said, a lot of new content coming out. Please smash the like, please subscribe, tell all your friends about it. And with everything going on in the world, take care of each other. Get ready for summer. I know I got a wedding coming up this weekend for one of my really, really good friends. So a lot of love out there to my boy and his lovely wife. I don't want to put them on blast here, but yes, indeed. And we will talk to you soon. Melgar Media out. Peace.